Simple characters for occasions are always really popular, so I'm going to show you a very basic but very adaptable design to create a cute character for Christmas, and then a couple of variations on that theme. We're going to be using the snowman foil head from Anagram and the 24-inch Sempertex latex. This is fashion white to form the body, and then adding some details to that. So the first step is to create the base on which it's going to stand. So we need a basic foil weight, and we're going to inflate 4 12-inch balloons to 8 inches. Inflate them bigger and let them down. By doing that, you get a rounder shape, but also a softer feel to the balloon, which will make it more durable when it's standing on whatever surface that you put it on. Tie these into a duplicate, nice and tight, so that there's no looseness in the knot there. And then do that again. And then wrap these into a cluster of 4 or a quad, and put the weight into the centre of that. So if we hold the tassel of the weight, put it between 2 of the balloons so that the weight's on one side, the tassel's on the other, wrap those over a couple of times, and it will be nice and firmly attached into that cluster there, which will sit nice and firm on the ground because the weight is recessed. So it's the balloons that touch the floor, not the weight. Then we're going to put the body on using the 24-inch balloon. Now we need to create a very firm attachment point on the top of the balloon. This is because the whole design is air-filled, so it is held together by the tightness of all of the joints. So we can't afford to have anything too loose and floppy. So a good strong attachment point, which we'll do by using the raisin twist technique. So I'm just going to tie a few knots into this modelling balloon to create a little latex bobble there, and that will go inside the balloon. But first I'm going to pre-stretch it just to make sure that it is soft and durable and easy to work with. So I'm taking it up to close to its full size, and then I'll let it down again. That just gives us a little bit more softness to work with. Once all the air's out, drop your little bobble inside and shake it so that it falls into the very top here, and then just stretch the latex around it a little bit and use the remains of the 260 to tie it off like so. Trap it into the top of the balloon. I'm going to leave these on because we'll need them later. Inflate it again, this time to around about 20 inches. We're not going full size, 20 inches should be enough. We don't need to measure it, just inflate it to a good size for the body. Tie off, and then we'll tie it into the base here. So I'm just going to use the neck of the balloon, pull it through, wrap it round a few times, and that will secure it nice and tightly onto the cluster. Oh dear, we seem to have lost the weight. We'll tie another one in. So somehow I managed to tear the foil on the weight, and it just sort of fell apart. It's not a major deal. We'll just put another one back in between two of the balloons, twist them round to hold it, and that's all repaired, and that's fine. Now we need to add the head, so I'm going to inflate the foil head with air. And as I said before, we need this attachment to be really firm and secure so that it holds the head up nice and straight and everything is strong. So we'll put a little collar around the neck of the balloon to support it. These are 5-inch Sempertex Fashion White, and I'm inflating them or sizing them to 4 inches. Tie nice and tightly. And we'll wrap into a quad. Now, normally perhaps you would then attach this to the top of here and then attach the head to it, but I've found you get a much stronger joint if you wrap your cluster around the tail of the balloon and pull it really firmly up against the balloon. Twist a couple of balloons over, wrap it through. Do this several times to make sure that it's well anchored. Round and round a few times, twisting the balloons as you go. And then you've got a very firm attachment there, which then means that we can put the head onto the top of this. Just pull the .260s up through the cluster and round and tie them so that you're pulling it down very tightly. That's the front. I'm going around 2 or 3 times to make sure that it's really well attached. And once you're happy with it, then you can just snip off the excess. And we've got a very strong joint now that will keep the head nice and straight. Now we need to add some detail. So we're going to add arms and some buttons. The buttons are apple twists from a 5-inch Fashion Black, and inflate it large, let it down small. I'm actually going to size this to 3 inches so that we get roughly consistent apples. Tie it, push the knot all the way through to the top of the balloon, grab it, twist it round a couple of times, and then if you've got any scraps of 260 left, just use that to tie it around to anchor that twist so that it doesn't pull back through the balloon. Like so. Cut off any excess. And then just sort of squish it into shape so that it's quite symmetrical. And I'm going to use 3 of those. And then the arms are made from 260 again, this time also Fashion Black. Inflate it a little ways. Let them out so that it's soft. And I'm going to put a tulip twist in the end. So push this knot into the balloon. Grab the knot through the sides of the balloon like that and twist. And that will give us a flat surface to stick it onto the body later. That's where the wrist will go. A couple of pinch twists, so a small bubble pinched onto itself. Another one. Pinched onto itself. And then the middle finger, if you like. Cut that off. And then tie it off. Now I was going to use that bit that just flew away to make the other two fingers, but rather than go fetch it, I'll just inflate another one so you can see what's going on. Remove the knot on the end. Give it a squash so that it's soft. Twist. Twist. Deflate that and tie it. Again, remove the excess and then just pull this through there to create the other hand. A little bit of bend in there for its elbow. Whoops. That's okay, we can replace that, put it back again. There we go. And there's the two arms ready. Those will be attached with glue dots, pieces of balloon bond. I'm going to use rubber cement. I find it extremely useful, and we're just going to attach them onto the body. So one there, one there, one there, and there's our little snowman. Very simple, quite quick, and very basic in terms of techniques and also in terms of sizing. If you notice, everything was in three sizes: 8 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. That's all we need. So don't overcomplicate it. Now we do the heads in the different heads, so a little bit of variation will change the character completely. If we put him down there, and we'll have a look at the Grinch. So basically he's the same. We've got the same cluster at the base here. We've got the same body with the apple twist, the same collar, the same head. A couple of little round balloons. Didn't apple twist these, just blew them up quite small and glued them on in the front for his buttons. And I did put his head at a slight angle just to show what will happen if you offset the raisin a little bit. And then the arm is very simple again. So we're going to take a 5-inch fashion white, inflate it, let it down to 3 inches, same as we did for the buttons on the snowman. And then a 360 in fashion red. So to make the collar, or the cuff, I'm sorry, it's a cuff because it's his arm, just tie these two together and then make your apple twist the same as the snowman's buttons by pushing both those knots through the white balloon, grabbing them, twist, and a scrap of modelling balloon. This is a bit of 160, but that's fine, anything will do. Oops. Just to tie it off. Like so. Squish it so it's round, symmetrical, and then we'll use a 5-inch fashion lime green, inflated and downsized to 4 inches. So we're sticking with the same basic sizing, and then tie that onto the scrap of modelling balloon left over from the previous step. Remove the excess, and there we've got his hand, his arm and his cuff. Let's get the length right. Twist that off there. Deflate that. Tie it off. A little bit of a curve. And I'm going to tie these into the collar. So we'll just pull this through here. Wrap it round a couple of times to secure it. And the same on the other side. Tie it off, remove the excess, and then you can adjust the angle of the arms to suit. So very simple, just a small variation, but makes a difference. And then finally we'll do one with the Father Christmas head. So again, exactly the same to this point. We just need to give him a little bit of detail and some arms. So the detail here is going to be in his belt. So we need a gold buckle to start with, which we'll make from a 260 reflex gold. And I'm going to start with a pinch twist, which will be the top corner of the buckle, like so. Go across the top, another pinch twist, two tiny bubbles, 1, 2, like so, and then another pinch twist. Managed to lose those two tiny bubbles there somehow. Oops, I'll get it back. There we go, really, really small. Go back across the top, another pinch twist, two more tiny bubbles, and twist that into there. So what we've got is, we'll just go around it again so that it's clear what I did. Started here with a pinch twist, long bubble, pinch twist, two tiny bubbles, pinch twist, long bubble, pinch twist, two tiny bubbles, wrap it back into the end. And that gives us the buckle. The belt is a fashion black 360. You need to inflate it all the way and then make it a little bit soft. And I'm going to tie this around here, so it's the side of the buckle there, like that. And then this will go all the way around the body. A bit of a stretch, make it a bit longer. Just pinch the end a little bit, wrap it between those two tiny bubbles. And there's his belt. Now you can attach that with a bit of rubber cement or glue dots or something if you so require to make sure it stays put. But most of the time it should be okay. And then finally, his arms. So 5-inch fashion red, big, drop it down to 4 inches. Don't let go. 5-inch fashion white to 3 inches. Tie the two together. This time though, don't tie them tightly. We want them to tie as close to the end of the red neck as possible. Push those through like that to make your apple twist. Tie it off with a little bit of 260. It doesn't really matter, the black one will do. Like so. Five-inch fashion black, 4 inches. Tie it like so. And then get hold of your red balloon and squeeze it. And this will force the air up into the neck and give you the arm shape that we want. And then all you need to do is decide how you want the arms to sit. And I think I'm going to sit them on the sides like so. So once again, a bit of rubber cement, glue dot, balloon bond, whichever suits you. And the same on the other side. Now we'll put them both the same. Oops, okay. Helps if you put the gluey bit onto the balloon, I suppose. There we go. So there we have it. 3 very simple Christmas characters that all follow the same basic techniques but have slightly different details to give them their own individual characters. Merry Christmas!